He loves because he is love. He is life, so he gives life. He is a deliverer, so he delivers. What God does is a reflection or an extension of who he is. Everybody with? All right. So we kind of talked about this one, his self-existence. All right. The self-existence of God. And I said he is not dependent upon another person for his existence. We are. All right. We are dependent upon him for our existence, but it is in him that we live, we move, and we have our being. All right. Again, the word Jehovah or Yahweh is he who always exists, eternally exists. All right. God replied to Moses again, same scripture. I am who I am. He is the self-existent God. Next one is that God is immutable. All right. This is the unchanging nature. All right. He is perfect and he cannot become better. There's no improving upon God. God would be so much better if he did this. No, you would be better if you understood that he is who he is and that we just need to expand our understanding as opposed to thinking, the arrogance of us sometimes to think that we're smarter than God, that we could improve upon who God is and he created us. He gave us the mentality to think, the intellect to think, and we think that we can outsmart God with the intellect that he gave us. Make that make sense. But again, I love what Hodge says here. He says, by his immutability, we mean that it follows from the infinite perfection of God that he cannot be changed by anything from without himself or from the outside, and that he will not change from any principle within himself. That is, to his essence, his will, and his states of existence, he is the same from eternity to eternity. All right. So again, God is the same. He does not change. He is immutable. All right. Next one, God is unlimited by time and space. All right. He inhabits eternity. I love that song William Murphy did. He is the everlasting God. Your years will never end. He is unlimited in time and space. I can't remember if we talked about this or it was in my unit Bible study, but many of you may have seen the video from Kent Hovind where he talks about in Science has confirmed for us that time, space, and matter must come into existence at the same time. All right. So if you have time and space, but no matter, then what are you putting? All right. If you have matter and space, but no time, then when are you putting anything? And if you have matter and time, but no space, then where would you be putting everything? All right. So again, time, space, and matter are called a continuum. All right. A continuum, which means they must come into existence at the same time. And we see that reflected in the first 10 words of scripture. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heavens, there's space, and the earth, that is matter. So we see science and scripture coming into perfect alignment, and that science and sacred scripture are not enemies, but science is confirming what we already knew.